How's it going, everyone? I'm TheGamingRaptor. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Tiandi in For Honor. Tiandi is a well-known vanguard in For Honor. He's really good for his adaptable fighting style and has graceful dodges within his kit. This will basically be an updated version of the Tiandi guide from 2023 to 2024. So if you do enjoy today's video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more, but let's get straight into it. Alright, so the first thing you want to know with Tiandi is that Tiandi has a 2-hit chain within his kit. So light, heavy, that's 1 and 2, and 1 and 2 again with light and light. So it's mainly just a 2-hit chain. Alright, the next thing we're going to be going over are the dodge attacks for Tiandi. So Tiandi does have dodge attacks within his kit that makes him very graceful and smooth within the game. So we're going to go over the lights first. So this is Tiandi's dodge attack lights. So the front forward dodge attack does 10 damage, side does 10, and the other side does 10. So they all do 10 damage on all sides, and they only cost 9 stamina. So with the dodge lights for Tiandi, I would highly recommend using these if the opponent is either dodge spamming, which a lot of people will tend to do if they decide to dodge spam. Highly recommend using the side dodge lights because they're undodgeable. They really are, and they're really good to use too. And also with the dodge lights, you can also get crushing counters with them too. Now for those crushing counters, the hard ones for me are the sides, because it feels weird whenever I go for the sides. I go for the top whenever I do a crushing counter for Tiandi on the lights. It's a bit easier for me, but that's just me. Alright, the next set of dodge attacks are Tiandi's side dodge heavy attacks, which these are Tiandi's bread and butter right here. So with the side dodge heavy attacks, they do 25 damage on both sides. So on right it does 25, left it does 25 as well, and they only cost 12 stamina. You can go with anything else if you want to after this. Like going with the light right after, you can follow up with that if you want to for some extra poke and damage if the opponent tends to light dodge again. Or you can go for the kick if you want to, which we will get into the kick more later, or you can feint it and go for a guard break if you want to. I mean, it's endless honestly with whatever you want to do. I mean, you can just go straight for a light, feint it, you can just feint it going straight in for a light, or go for the top heavy if you want to. It really depends on what you want to do, but just know that these dodges are really good and they will be your bread and butter whenever you're playing with Tiandi. They really will. And also Tiandi does have a front forward dodge heavy as well that has hype armor that comes out a bit late. You can definitely use that for trading, and it deals around 15 damage and only costs 12 stamina. Alright, next we're going to be going into the palm strikes for Tiandi. Tiandi's palm strike, this is honestly his other good move too, so this is mainly his opener. So here's how you do this palm strike. You move forward and press guard break. That's how you do the palm strike. It's very simple and it's very easy, and you can continue doing it if you want to right after to get some more, like a little combo. You can press light right after you do the front forward plus guard break. You can go for light and you continue it if you want to, but that's his main opener. Now I wouldn't recommend spamming it. I would only do it maybe like 2 times and that's it. If you go for a 3rd time, the opponent might dodge it. I would say only doing it 2 times would be good. I mean, that extra one, it comes out a bit fast for some people. It really does. It comes out a bit fast. I don't know why, but it just comes out fast for them. I honestly like that whenever I play with Tiandi. You can also mix it up with the side dodge heavies as well. So if you go to side dodge heavy, feint it into the palm strike, you can go for anything else afterward and continue the chain. And you can go for a heavy palm strike if you want to. Now sometimes this is good for mixing it up. So if, say like the opponent knows that you're going to go for the light, they're going to try and parry it if they can. So if they dodge it, you just go straight for a heavy. However, you just got to be careful sometimes, because there are some people that will honestly react to it or predict it and they will parry it. So you just got to be prepared for that. Now the only thing that this can get countered by is really bashes. So say like this warden, he basically dodges the heavy, goes for his bash, he will cancel it, and you can't do anything afterward. And any character can cancel it as well. With the light, they just have to dodge and then light you, like right in the mid animation of the heavy, and they'll cancel it. So you can definitely use this to mix it up if you want to, like going for a guard break and maybe catching them and then going for something else afterward. So the choice is up to you, honestly. But yeah, that's pretty much what you want to know with the palm strikes, with the combos too. Alright, next we're going to be going over Tiandi's dragon kick. So the dragon kick, you can do it after any heavy. So if I throw a heavy out, you go for the dragon kick, and you can go for another follow-up heavy right after. You just press heavy again after you get the kick off. So you let the kick fly, you go for another heavy, which is a follow-up heavy that does 20 extra damage. That's honestly insane. And it does around like what, 44 damage. That's honestly really good if you get it off. Players in For Honor will try to read the kick, so you just want to mix it up sometimes by throwing a guard break and just seeing what they do. Now sometimes if you're like at the start of a duel round, I will sometimes do this, maybe throw a heavy, go for the kick, try to get that extra damage off. It's either they A, have to dodge it, or B, just take the damage. Sometimes they will dodge it, but most of the time they will stand there. Well, actually, I wouldn't say sometimes. Most of the time they would dodge it. So yeah, so sometimes they won't dodge it. Most of the time they will dodge it. It depends on how the player reacts to it. If they just sit there and take it, they just sit there and take it. That's pretty much what I would say. But the way to do the kick, all you have to do is press heavy and then press guard break. You'll be able to get the kick out, and you just press heavy again for a follow-up heavy. And after that follow-up heavy, after the kick, after that follow-up heavy, you can go for a palm strike and continue your chain combo. It's honestly crazy with what you can do with Tiandi, man. That's why he's like my second favorite vanguard in this game. All right, the next move we're gonna be going over for Tiandi is his zone. Now, this is Tiandi's full zone here. It does 15 damage for the first one, and the second one does 20 damage. It's not a bad zone. It does cost around 40 stamina, since it does 30 for the first one, and the second one, it does like 10 stamina. Or it costs 10 stamina. I guess it's supposed to be intended that way, since it'll just cost 40 stamina. I would highly recommend using the zone to either A, finish your opponent off if you can, or using it for the kick, the dragon kick, to follow it up and continue your chain or continue your mix up. I mean, if you just press guard break in the middle of the zone, you'll be able to get that follow-up kick and that follow-up heavy as well. So you have a lot of options to get into the kick, and you can also mix this up to go for maybe a side dodge light, or if you want to, you can feint it, going for a palm strike, and then continue the palm strike combo again if you want to. Just get that extra poking damage in. And if you want, you can also just guard break them and then continue the combo as well. Like, that's another thing you can also do. It depends on which moves you want to go for. You can do anything you want with Tiandi. Once you understand just the power of his kick and understand that you can cancel it, going for either a guard break or going for the palm strike. And lastly, we'll go over Tiandi's running attack. This is a running attack. It does around 24 damage and it costs 12 stamina. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be doing it for Tiandi's entire moveset. Now I'm going to show you guys combos with Tiandi that can help you a little bit if you're still having trouble. Here we go. All right, so for this one, I like to start off with the palm strike, going for the top light, going for the front forward dodge heavy, going for a dodge light into another light. All right, so this next one is it's not gonna be too tricky, but it's mainly integrating the side dodge heavy with the side dodge light. So go for a side dodge heavy, go for a side dodge light, go for the zone, let the kick fly, go for the follow-up, going for a dodge light. Now you don't have to do that dodge light that I did for the top, because that's a bit risky. You want to end it right there if you're out of stamina. So it's a little risky. You don't want to go for the dodge top light. I mean, it's up to you though. If you want to be risky, go for it. All right, so for this next one, I like to go for a zone, letting the kick fly, going for the front forward heavy, going for light, going for another light, and then going for a palm strike into the light combo. All right, so for this next one, I like to go for the side dodge attack, let the kick fly, go for the follow-up heavy, go for palm strike into a light, go for another palm strike into a light. All right, so for this next one, I like to go for a delayed dodge light when I can. So I'll start off with the zone first, delay my dodge light, going for a palm strike, delaying it again, letting a heavy go. So with the delay dodge light, you can delay this to go for a dodge light, like for top, and it's really good, and I like it so much whenever this happens, because it's a good way for people to dodge and then get your light off and then continue your chain. All right, so for this next one, I like to start off with the heavy, going for the kick, letting it fly, go for another kick into the follow-up heavy. That one's more stam consuming and it will get you to deplete your stamina, but it could be worth it if you do get it off, that is. And this last one here, I will go for front forward dodge, feinting the side dodge as well, going for front forward dodge again, going for the kick, follow up heavy into a light. But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for the combos that I have shown you guys today with Tiandi. Again, you don't have to use these combos. You can always come up with your own combos that fit your playstyle. But now we're going to go ahead and get into the feats and the gear perks for the Tiandi. Let's do it. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing like I did in the Kensei video. I'm not going to go over the entire feats for Tiandi. I will leave the information hub down below for you guys to go and look at for Tiandi's entire feat list. That way you guys can go look at them all for yourselves. But I'm just going to go over the feats that I came up with from me that I always use for my Tiandi. So here we go. For the first one, we got Tireless. This here is a passive. You lose stamina at a slower rate. So with this one, I choose this one to not lose my stamina. As always, I don't want to lose my stamina and deplete it very fast. For the second one, I have Mark for Death. The reason why I have Mark for Death here is because I want to reveal their location, of course, and I want to lower their stamina and defense, and also get some renown when I get some kills from it. So I'll be able to get my third one and maybe my fourth one very quickly if I use Mark mark for death correctly and try to kill my opponent as best I can. Like once I hit them with mark for death, I'm going straight for them. I'm going to kill them. Like that's it. That's pretty much a mark. That's what mark for death is, and it will lower their defense too. The reason I go for this one is to get some lifesteal back. That's really what it is. So if I'm at low health and I'm like in a bad situation, I will use maybe my zone, maybe get some hits in, and I'll be able to get my health back as best I can with M4. Like M4s with Tiandi, it's pretty good to use this, and there are some good clips out there of people who play with Tiandi doing anti-ganks with Tiandi really good because of Vital Leech and Indomitable together. And for tier 4, I go for Indomitable, and this here is a passive. I basically gain a temporary shield, put into critical health, and cooldown itself is cancelled when I regain my health. So I basically get a temporary shield when I'm at very low health. I will get a temporary shield, and I'll be able to get my health back too. So I'll basically will feel a bit safe. I mean, Pirate has this too, but with Tiandi, it's honestly very better since you can use this with Vital Leech as well in your corner. Since you're going to be getting your health back too, it's going to be really good, honestly. You can always go for Last Laugh if you want to switch it up. You can also go Morale Boost. I'll sometimes take Last Laugh, maybe in Breach or something. Alright, so I'm going to do an entire overview of all of these gear perks for Tiandi. Again, the information hub link will be in the description below, but let's get straight into it. For the first one, we got Radiant Rebound. Upon spawn or when revived, gain 20% movement speed for 10 seconds. Second one is Remedy. Upon hero kill, heal plus 10 health. For the third one is Feline Agility. When gaining a renown level, gain 4% movement speed for the first, then 2% for each subsequent level. For the fourth one, we got Supersonic. In Revenge, gain 15% movement speed and uninterruptible sprint. Persists briefly after revenge ends. For the fifth one, we got Clever Tactics, capture a zone and use banner/offering 15% faster. And for the sixth one, we got Rise and Dawn, revive allies to 75% health. And for the seventh one, we got Rapid Refresh. Upon takedown or when reviving an ally, feats active cooldowns are reduced by 5%. Again, if you want the information hub for the gear perks and the feats, link for the information hub will be in my description below. Alright, so here we go. I'm showing you guys some clips of this duel here for Tiandi. Now, this is a really cool duel against this gladiator. So I start off with a dodge light, and he goes for his skewer. Always want to throw out your unblockable. I throw out my kick, got it, and then I went ahead and gone for a palm strike. It missed. Went for another dodge light, caught him with it, gone for another dodge light. Tried to get that front forward dodge heavy. It didn't work out too well. Got the counter guard break, got that guard break, and I was able to get some damage with the heavy. And he was going with those punches too. And I got that side dodge light in, blocked his light, and then right here, I was trying to be a bit defensive here. He caught me with this GB on accident, and then I went for my zone, ended up getting the W on that one. Alright, so here we are for round 2, and yeah, me and this gladiator, it was just too good. I tried to go for my dodge light, didn't work too well. Didn't work too well. He ended up blocking it. Went for a side dodge heavy. Didn't go well with that one. He went for his punch, got it. I went for my guard break, got the guard break off, got a heavy. I went for my delay light, trying to go for those delay lights a bit. Got the kickoff because of a whiffed heavy or whatnot. Or not a whiffed heavy, but a whiffed punish from him. And I was just trying to hold my ground as best I could against this gladiator. Because you know, as gladiator mains, they tend to be a bit aggressive. But this gladiator, he was a bit passive. Not too aggressive, but a bit passive, using his moves smoothly. So far, I was having a hard time, and he got that skewer off, and, well, that was the end for round 2. End up losing this round, but hey, it was a good fight overall, dude. Alright, so here we are for round 3 against the gladiator. So round 3, it was the same thing, kind of. It was just pretty much passive aggressiveness from this gladiator who threw out his skewer, which I did not catch that at all. This man was throwing out his skewers left and right, and I threw out my kick. I got my kick off, went ahead and went for the palm strike combos a bit, just went for them a little bit, just only 2 times. Like I said, 2 times is always good. He throws his skewer out again. I'm just taking all that damage, man. It was just bad. So I had to try and make a comeback as best I could. So I was getting my dodge light attacks in, but then I got a bit too greedy there. He got the skewer, ended up costing me the round. You can't be too greedy with those side dodge lights or those dodge attacks in general, man. Alright, so here we are in round 4. So, round 4 here, this was do or die, but hey, I was making it work here in round 4. Just looking back at this clip, it was a close one. But here we go. I go for a side dodge light, try to get the palm strike in, didn't go well with that. He goes for a GB, counter GB that, of course, trying to buy my time and get my defense in. Got a crush and counter off, which was really good. Didn't expect it, though. So I was getting those side dodge lights in, and I was trying to just get a move in as best I could, because I was taking a lot of damage, and this dude, he was just throwing those guard breaks out. So I decided to throw one out. I whiffed that, because I don't know why I went for top. It's always side with Tiandi after a GB. I don't know why I went top, but that was my fault. So right now I don't want to lose my stamina by this gladiator, because gladiator can waste your stamina. It's there. Like, he can waste your stamina if you're not careful. So I had to buy my time and I had to be careful, and I was able to get one lucky light in to seal the victory. If he would have went for a side dodge light, I was dead there. But hey, we got that though. All right, here we are for round 5 of this duel here. So this gladiator, he's just really cool. I just enjoyed fighting this gladiator. He was just really smooth with all of his moves. He wasn't too aggressive, which you have to play gladiator aggressively just to make him work, but who knows. So going up against this gladiator, I was able to block most of his attacks and just being very defensive, since my playstyle is being more defensive. And sorry if you hear something in the back, that was my dog. Right now, he got those toe stabs off. He was trying to go for a skewer. It didn't work out for him. Right now, we're trying to guard break each other, trying to get one move in as best we could. And so far, we're just really going back and forth with it. I was able to get top heavy off of a light parry, and then able to get a follow-up heavy after that kick, and continue my chain with those dodge lights. And right now, I'm just trying to get a good execution. I did by getting this GB here, and that was a game right there. So it was honestly really good, just back and forth. I still like Tiandi because of his smooth moves and just being patient. That's all it is. You flow like water with Tiandi, really. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's gonna do it for Tiandi. Okay, sorry, Arthur. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to do it for Tiandi's guide here in 2024. I do hope this does help you understand Tiandi in 2024. And if it did help you, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe again if you are new. And please comment down below. What do you think about Tiandi in 2024? For me, I enjoy him. He's really good. I love his dodges. I love his crushing counters. And I love his a little bit of recovery too with the whole palm strike too. So yeah, it's really awesome. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments what you think about Tiandi. With that being said, I am TheGamingRaptor. Stay wild, rat pack, and I will see you guys in the next video. Alright guys, peace out.